And welcome back in Tarifa. It feels so good to arrive finally here after about 30 hours drive, although the weather is kind of rainy. So yeah, the weather is not the best yet, there are no waves, there's also not so much wind, but yeah, it's just good to finally be in Spain and hopefully kick off the training really soon. And until then we're gonna get settled here, and obviously I'm gonna go training. And you know what, I actually want to know whether it's windy right now, so I think we're gonna head out to the beach and see what the conditions are like. Hello guys!
Hi!
Hello Cooper!
I'll try not to die.
She didn't survive the drive down here as well as I did. Welcome to a really sunny day in Tarifa. The weather is pretty good, but I woke up with a really bad cold, so I feel quite bad. There's training today, slalom training. She didn't survive the drive down here as well as I did. Training or not, stay on the beach and recover, or yeah, go out and train. It's a tough decision because I'm super motivated, but I know that if I go out now I will probably feel worse the next day, so it would be the smarter decision to stay on the beach and not go on the water. But yeah, I still want to go to the beach and see how I feel when I'm outside. What an amazing day, amazing weather. All the boys are already here. I'm a bit late because yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go out. I really don't feel good. But you know what? Looking at all these boards and foils, I kind of get motivated. So this is apparently a new spot. I haven't been here before. Looks pretty nice with all the grass. Should be nice to rig. And this is the person that gave me the flu. Because she was sick the last days and now she feels good. And now I'm the one that's sick. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So actually you should be the one sailing today because you are healthy. She hasn't been sailing forever, you know. She used to be a windsurfer. I mean, in her heart she's a windsurfer, but she's always scared to go windsurfing in other places than Alachate. So if you want her to go on the water, write it in the comments.
In a bikini.
In a bikini. I'll send her out. I'll push her to go out. She's always scared because of sharks and deep water and everything. Look at this view, guys. So the decision has been made. I'm not going out, and I think it's a smart decision. Right?
Yes.
Luckily I found some medicine for my throat in my car, so I kind of feel a little bit better now. But do you know this phenomenon that whenever you make a decision on something you feel like you took the wrong one? Well, right now I have no doubt in mind that it was the right decision to not go on the water, because I feel like shit. So the best thing to do is to wait a couple of days and then get back to it. So what I thought was gonna be a cold turned out to be a pretty heavy flu. And yeah, now 7 days later, we're back at the beach and I'm slowly getting better. So sorry if the video is coming kind of late. I'm still a little bit sick, but I'm on the way up. So today I want to join for about 2 or 3 races just to get on the board, but not do too heavy sports, because I really still feel like that when I move a lot, yeah, I get exhausted and I don't feel so good. So yeah, looks like another beautiful day here in Tarifa. Check the scenery out. Absolutely gorgeous. And all I need right now to go training is some proper vitamins. Of course, when I come back to the training, it had to be like that. There's no wind, not enough to even do the races, like 5-6 knots, barely enough to get planing, super exhausting. Guys, what can I say? I'm out.
Alright, that wasn't the most successful day in terms of action, but you know what, any day on the water is a good day. And now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my foil setup, and then hopefully next time it's gonna be much more windy and there's gonna be much more action. Alright guys, so this right here is my NeilPryde M foil, and this is the exact setup I used earlier in the light wind for slalom sailing. So this is a 90 centimeter front wing with a 1 meter fuselage, and then the medium stabilizer, so there's one bigger one. And this setup is really the all-round setup, so you can go slalom sailing with it as well as up and downwind sailing, but both of it not really at the top level. So when you want to go up and downwind racing, you will probably want a bigger front wing, and the front wing should be further forward, so you need a different kind of fuselage. And what that does is it generates more lift, and yeah, basically the board will always come up. Even if you go really high against the wind or really deep downwind, the board will not fall off the foil, and yeah, that lets you go up and downwind really well. And then when you go pure slalom racing, you will want a little bit smaller front wing just to get the resistance as low as possible, so you can go higher top speed. But the 90 centimeter front wing still works really well for the slalom, especially in the light wind when you still want that little bit more lift. And yeah, that's what I use today. Obviously this is the full-on racing setup, so it's all carbon, but there are also aluminum versions of NeilPryde and also of other brands. And yeah, this is really what it comes down to. A bigger front wing will give you more lift, so you can go better up and downwind, like I said. And yeah, it will basically make you slower, obviously, because you have more resistance in the water. So a smaller wing will make you faster. And obviously a bigger wing is more stable, as well as a longer fuselage. So the up and downward tilting and the sideways tilting becomes much easier and slower on a bigger setup, which is actually easy for starting to foil. So basically most of the foils you can order with different fuselages, which allows you to set up the front wing further forward or further back for more lift from the front or further from the back. And then you can also have different sizes of stabilizers. So the bigger the stabilizer, the more stable it obviously gets, but also the slower. And then you can also change the angle of attack of the stabilizer. With NeilPryde we have a pretty unique system which allows you to adjust the wing seamlessly, but with other brands you usually have some kind of shims that are set at certain angles, for example 2 degrees, which is a good setup for up and downwind racing, and then 1.5 degrees would be more or less the right setup for downwind slalom sailing. Tilting the stabilizer down is also something I recommend in little wind, so you will basically get much easier on the plane and you will feel like your board will lift easier and yeah, in just less wind. When the wind gets stronger though and you feel like you're losing control and your nose constantly wants to come up and you can't fight it anymore, you can tilt the stabilizer back up so it becomes more flat again, and that's also actually the faster position. So the more even and close to zero you will put the stabilizer, the faster it is obviously, but if you put it at zero your nose will constantly move down and yeah, you will struggle a lot. Another thing you can change is the rake of the foil in the board. Usually the manufacturing brand will give a recommendation of what rake it should have. With NeilPryde it's 2 degrees and it's pretty easy to hit that because we have this little lip right here. And thanks to that lip the foil can't sink in too far in the board. If you don't have that lip, it makes sense to build like this little custom kind of block that you can put in the fin box. And well, you basically have to sand it down to a certain angle, so yeah, the foil can't move inside the box. But yeah, around 2 degrees for NeilPryde. For other brands it might be different again. And obviously the more rake you give to the foil, the more your nose will come up. Similar effect as you have with the stabilizer. So there's not more that you can change about your foil, but you can obviously tune your board, you can change the mast base position, you can change the foot strap position, you can tune your sail a little bit. But about that I will talk some other time, hopefully with some better action and more wind. Actually I promise you that. I think there's some good wind on the forecast, and like I said, Ole is gonna come, Phil, some other dude is gonna come, and yeah, there's gonna be more content to come. So stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed the video and I see you next time. See you guys!